It took me years to learn from my mistakes, but I finally learned how to grow my hair nice and long and healthy. So let's get straight into the tips, and I'm also going to share with you guys a little bit about my natural hair journey. So tip number 1 is to stop using chemicals on your hair. When I was in high school, I did everything wrong to my hair. I was perming it, I was coloring it all the time, I was flat ironing it all the time, and my hair was always kind of short. It never grew past a certain length, and I really desired to have long hair. And not just long hair, but healthy hair too. So when I got to college is when I first started watching YouTube. This is like back in 2010. And I would see girls going on their natural hair journey and their hair was flourishing, right? So I decided to stop using perms on my hair. And this is where I fell in love with natural products that come straight from the earth, meaning like oils and butters and clays and herbs. Things that come from nature are just a much higher quality. And if you have sensitive skin like I do, sensitive scalp, sensitive everything, you need to use products that aren't going to irritate you. And not just with hair products, with beauty products as well. If you experience a lot of breakouts on your skin, or if you have a really dry scalp, try switching over to products that are a lot more natural, and sometimes they are a little more expensive, but not really. You just got to look for the good ones. If you are using store-bought products, then just make sure that you are really reading the ingredients list and take the time to Google what those ingredients actually are. And also, speaking of not using chemicals, stay away from hair color. I was the color queen. Okay, especially back in high school, I would dye my hair every single color. And this is the thing that I learned about coloring your hair, is that if you do it once, you will always need a touch-up. Even if you try really hard to like only do the roots when you touch up your hair, you're still having to put that chemical on your hair over and over and over and over and over again. And eventually you're going to want to switch the color or do something different with it. And you will have to reprocess the hair that's already been colored. So my advice to coloring your hair is to stay away from it at all costs. If you really want to switch up your hair color, then just get a weave or get braids in a different color. Don't do the color to your real hair, because it will be a vicious cycle. I really feel that God blesses you with the perfect hair color for your skin tone and your eye color. Whatever color you have naturally, trust me, it looks great on you. The second tip is to stop flat ironing and curling your hair. I don't know how my hair survived all these years. I used to flat iron my hair every single day. And not to say that you can't ever flat iron your hair when you're trying to grow it. Obviously you can, but it should be so limited. You should flat iron that hair once in a blue moon, because it really is damaging, and this is damage that's kind of irreversible. This was one of the hardest things for me to stop doing, because I really love to wear my hair down and straight. That was like the easiest way for me to manage my hair. It was what I was familiar with, because the whole time I was relaxed, I was wearing my hair flat ironed. Natural hair can kind of still be strong even through a little more experimenting with color and heat. But I noticed there was a certain point when my hair just kind of stopped growing. Like my hair was pretty long, but it just stopped growing at a certain point. It was like I hit a plateau. And honestly, that was because I was using way too much heat still on my hair. And I was still dyeing my hair. So limit flat ironing and curling your hair as much as possible. And if you do use heat, invest in tools that are high quality, that are less damaging. I invested in a Rev Air hair dryer, which is supposed to be like a much more gentle way to dry your hair and achieve like that blowout look without raking a dryer through your hair. Look out for those types of tools and use those still sparingly. The next tip is you have to moisturize your hair frequently. I only recently realized how much moisture you have to put into natural hair, into any hair. If you have black hair or even mixed hair, you have to moisturize it almost every day. Before I go to bed, I get some oil, double buttercream, something, and braid my hair back down and sleep with a scarf. If you don't sleep with a scarf, your hair will be dry. So you have to moisturize it and then protect it with a scarf every single night. You can't be lazy about it, basically. And so because I moisturize my hair every day, that also means that I have to wash my hair frequently. You can't keep piling on coconut oil onto your scalp over the course of weeks and not wash your hair and not expect it to be gunky or crusty or dry later. I wash my hair every 3 days because I never want my scalp to be dry and crusty and cracked and itchy and dirty. Plus, I like to work out a lot, so I have to wash it at least every 3 days. I like how my hair feels when I use a co-wash because it doesn't feel all stripped and dry. I also deep condition my hair all the time, and I know deep conditioners are a little bit more expensive than regular ones, but they have all the nutrients and good ingredients that's going to help your hair be moisturized, and that's really what helped my hair to be super healthy. And using deep conditioners like all the time is really like the key, I think, that's made my hair grow really fast in the last few months. And the last tip to really grow your hair healthy and long is to care for your hair and to love your hair. And I know that may sound like, what the fuck does that have to do with growing your hair long? But listen, how many times have you thought about your hair as a burden? Or how many times have you ignored the fact that you've been neglecting your hair and now you just don't want to look at it, you don't want to deal with it because it's going to be a long process to getting it back to looking like something? This was totally me throughout most of my hair journey. I would be so busy with school and work and life that my hair just definitely took a back burner. And I really believed that anytime that I had to do my hair, it was going to take hours or that it was going to get on my nerves. So many of us say negative things about our hair, especially the more textured it is or the more difficult we think it is to deal with. And I understand that for a lot of people, it is a lot of work, especially if you don't really know how to do your hair. When I started to say, okay, I'm going to carve out a block of time and I'm going to wash it, condition it, deep condition it, do all the steps and get my hair to a place where I like. And then I'm going to maintain that each and every day. That's when it started to become a little easier for me. First, you have to accept the fact that you're going to have to put in some steps to take care of your hair. Only do your hair when you've accepted that. When you can put on a good movie or some music and just like really take your time. Like, don't try to tackle your hair right before you're going out somewhere. Do this at a time where you have time, and then all you have to do is maintain it and keep it up. Once you find a style and products that you like, just stick with those products. It will make your process so much faster when you already know how the products work in your hair, when you already know how you want your hair to look and you know how to achieve that style. Instead of always trying a new shampoo, always trying a new curly cream, always trying something different with your hair, whether it's a wash and go or a twist out or a braid out or a blowout. Like, find that one thing that looks like you that you really like and do your hair like that all the time. It will make your process so much faster, and then that makes it easier. And as you get more in the habit of doing your hair, you'll start to enjoy the process more. You might even want to get a chair for the bathroom. Let me tell you, a chair in the bathroom changes the game. So that way you can sit down and be comfortable while you're doing your hair. It's up to you to find ways to enjoy the process of doing your hair and to find hair products and a hairstyle that really works for you, that you can do routinely, and then over time you'll start to enjoy the process more. And you have to check yourself whenever you say something negative about your hair. That's not going to help the situation at all. If you always dread doing your hair, you're not going to do it as much, so therefore you're not going to take care of it as much as you need to because you always look at it as a burden. Give your tresses some love, show them some appreciation, take your time and really enjoy your hair and love it. And I swear to God, my hair has grown inches in the last few months just from accepting my hair. And I just stopped saying negative things about my hair, stop dreading the moment, and instead embrace the moment. Embrace taking time to beautify yourself. I hope these tips helped you guys if you are in the process of growing your hair, and be sure to subscribe for more hair growth tips. I will see you guys in the next video, and thank you for watching.